Hello, Gemini. My name is Missy, and I'm here to do the bullshit and the blessings for the first half of September. We're starting off really strong with the song Manners by Ashniko. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get some general energies from these two decks. We'll look at the details from this deck. We will do a quick pick a card to see what's happening in your romantic life before we move on to the charms. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into my disclaimer while I shuffle. These readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. If the details fit for your situation, the reading isn't for you. But if they do not fit, please do not try to force it, as that will do more harm than good and is definitely not my intention. I am not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. If you need advice in any of those areas, please consult a professional. And please do not do something simply because I suggest it in one of these readings. You are an adult who has responsibility for your life. Please use that responsibility to your advantage. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the reading. That's kind of a few of them, but that's okay. We'll just look at now. We've got the dark moon. It says, in the dark of your heart lives new breath waiting for you to release its ghost. So something's going on with Gemini. And you know, it's weird because when I sat down today to start recording these readings, I had certain decks set out because I woke up this morning feeling very bright and happy, and I had these bright, colorful decks set out. But for some reason, when I got to the earth signs, I felt like I needed to change up the cards, and I felt that way since. So we're going with it. And maybe people are, kind of going through something in September. Yeah, let's see. All right, now we have the Two of Swords. So there's some sort of decision that you need to make. You're like up in your head about it, obviously, or maybe in your feelings about whatever this decision is. Okay. We've got the Four of Swords, so you need to heal, you need to meditate, definitely take some time. We've got grief, spider, and wolf. So this, okay, with the wolf, just because this is how I always read the wolf in any of my readings, I always see it as energy of like pack and family, right? So this could be a family situation or somebody, or at least just somebody that you see as a family member. And there's some sort of sadness and grief. With the spider here, it could be that maybe somebody's a little too involved, right? There's a little bit too much of a connection, or there's a little, like you're a little too connected to somebody else in some way because, one person makes a move and then 15, 25 others feel it, right? That's kind of how it feels with the spider web here. So take that however it resonates for your situation, but it feels like somebody's a little too involved in something, especially because look at the wolf, look at the imagery here. You've got two women. They look like they might be sitting, talking, whatever, and then here comes this wolf to howl in the middle of it to interrupt, right? And then the spider has her toes, her legs in just about everything, and she can feel every single thing that happens along the web, and it's because she's a little too connected to it. And there's grief attached to that, and there's a cleansing that needs to happen because of that. Some healing that needs to happen, probably like an actual, I actually feel like looking at this thing, like you need to actually have an energy healing, like go into deep meditation, have some energy work done. If you're watching my channel, you already know what that is when I say it, so I don't really need to go into too much of an explanation. Just make sure you go to somebody who you really trust, because it's too easy for people to take advantage of that type of thing, or in those scenarios, and you want to go to somebody who's reputable. And yeah, anyway, But yeah, that's how it feels. It feels like there's somebody sticking their nose into a situation that shouldn't be. I'm going to go ahead and read the quotes on the bottom here. It says, I'm going to read them one at a time, straight across, like a full sentence. So, devour the ferocious calling within the howling of your spirit. Run wildly into the freedom of your knowing. What a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your morning, in the red clovers birthing lost illusion. In pace, requiescat. I don't know what that means. I'm going to look it up. Requiescat. Let's find out. Give me a second to Google. Hold on. I guess we'll use that one. We'll go to Google. I might edit some of this out. I don't know. We'll find out. Did I spell that right? No. Requiescat. Oh, may he or she rest in peace. Oh, interesting. So whatever this is a relationship. Maybe it's somebody who actually passed away. It doesn't have to be. But with that quote, meaning may he or she rest in peace, and then this general message of someone who's a little too involved in something, there, and then grief, like there's obviously an ending. Whether that's an actual death or not, I don't know. But we do have the song You and Me by Alt J. Are you closed off to this energy? Are you not wanting to either, well, I don't want to say talk about it, but like, are you not wanting to acknowledge it or something? Or is there something where you, okay, there we go. I was asking that because the cards didn't want to come out. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Very interesting because this Two of Pentacles, you know, you've got Cinderella's carriage in the background. So it's saying she has to, she's literally having to make a choice, or she has to leave the ball in time, or her pumpkin, her ride's going to be gone, right? She's not going to be able to get home if she doesn't make this choice to leave right now. And the Four of Wands is typically a card of like the party, right? Or a celebration. It's typically a good card, but this particular deck is kind of a melancholy deck. And I don't know if I explained to you the way that I did some of the other groups that I've been reading today, or excuse me, signs that I've read for today. But oh, look, you've got the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Very positive energy. It's like, at least this foundation, it's a foundation of love. You can be assured of that. There is love at the heart of this matter. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I had already picked out some bright, colorful decks because, you know, that was just what I wanted to do. But I felt very strongly once I got to the earth signs, I felt very strongly to switch to these decks that seem kind of sad. Anyway, so we start off here with this decision. Do I, you know, You know, if I don't leave now, I'm going to lose my ride. Like, do I stay or do I go? Is kind of, it's like literally a spur of the moment decision from the past that leads to this celebration or some sort of like happy, it should have been a party, should have, right? Because that's typically what the Four of Wands is. It's the celebration in most, especially like in a romantic reading, but I'm not reading romantic here. This is general, but like, especially in a romantic reading, if that's what your story is about, it's the card of the actual day of the wedding. It's the party itself, the day of. So, you know, some sort of quick decision. Do I stay or do I go? I have to make the decision very quickly, but it leads to this something that should have been fun, but ultimately left you feeling like you have to defend yourself against a fire sign. And really it's someone who's very charismatic, like, because this is a fire sign in their positive sense. So it's not even, you know, like when Leo energy gets to be toxic, it can be very prideful and narcissistic, and it can be very greedy, right? Very selfish. But this is not in the reverse. This is a card in the upright, which is when Leo is in her best energy, right? She's the star. She's the one everyone loves, and there's a reason for it. It's because of her charisma, her fun, her intelligence, her intuition, her compassion, all of those things that are yummy, right? But you're having to defend yourself to this person, or maybe against this person. So there, it's not the party or the fun that you thought it was going to be when you made the decision, is basically the energy that's coming through. But there's still love here. Look at that. It's based on love because we have the Ace of Cups. We have the song Wrecked by Imagine Dragons now, which, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the actual romance portion, because this could represent anything. It doesn't have to be a relationship, right? This could be a decision that you made very quickly that you thought was going to be fun that turned out not being fun at all because you're constantly having to defend yourself against this person over here. But there was always love you know, in your heart when you made the decision to begin with, even if it was a very spur of the moment, quick decision. So now we're going to move on to the romance or the quick pick a card portion, which will give you a specific message for your particular situation that can be a continuation of this story, or it can be something else. So you'll want to choose group 1, group 2, or group 3. I'm going to go ahead and get the cards laid out. Okay, if we don't get a card for the third group, I'll just pull a random card on the top. Give it one more try. Okay, group 3. Group 1, group 2, group 3. Yeah, we're going to leave the Hermit here just because of the way that it fell. The King of Wands fell on this one, the Hermit fell here, so we're going to let it stand. We have the song At My Worst by Black Bear. Interesting. Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck makes me feel like, probably especially for this group, but I feel like there's like working together, collaboration, even though you only see one person there. Maybe this is the hope of a collaboration, especially with this song. Interesting. I just said that, and then it says, don't, something, don't try to call, something, whatever. I feel like there's like chaos or something with this. I don't know why, it just feels like it. But anyway, so we have, look at the King and Queen of Wands. So if you chose group one, you know, either you guys are married, or you're in a committed relationship, or you will be, or you should be, or you guys are perfect for each other if you're not even dating, okay? Because you're a matched set here with the King and Queen of Wands. Your energy is good together. Okay, so then we have the Hermit with the Ten of Cups. So this can have a couple of meanings. It can be a happy ending with a Virgo, if that's, you know, if you're asking about a Virgo. But the other meaning that it can be is like, it's like you ask somebody, okay, you know what this could be? This is like the honeymoon energy, actually. It's like the commitment or the agreement to the commitment of the relationship, which is the Ten of Cups, right? This to me is the marriage, right? Which is the Ten of Cups. Whereas the Four of Cups is the day of the wedding, it's the party, but this is the actual marriage. But then you've got the Hermit, right? It's like you guys are going off together to be alone, to spend time together, to worship, well, not really worship, but to get to know each other. Probably there's going to be a lot of sex, is the reason that I say worship each other, because it's the way it feels to me with this particular Hermit card. There's a sensual feel to it. So it's like going off together for a vacation or something, like a romantic couples something or other, or, you know, spending time, just you and this person, you know, more, I would say more than just a couple of days, like at least a week or two is the way this feels to me. So again, take that however it resonates. And now we're going to move on to group three. So now we have the Hierophant. So this can be a marriage or very committed relationship that we're looking at. And remember with this card where I felt like there's this hope of working together or collaboration, but maybe there's a little bit of chaotic energy, because that At My Worst song was talking about, like, don't call me, don't text me, don't try to contact me. So even though you want this collaboration, you're also like, get back. So again, chaos energy. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Moon. Just like I said, chaos energy. This is somebody who really wants a reconciliation, but they're not willing to let go of their pain, their anger, their trauma, their whatever. This is toxic. Well, when you put it all together like this, because now look at the Moon even. You see the way he's holding her chin? So he's controlling her. Even just the way he's looking at her kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like some people would see this, the way he's holding her chin, as, oh, it's romantic, he's getting ready to kiss her. But the way that I'm reading all of this with all of the energy that's come through, that chin pinch right there is more like, look at me, or, you know, I'm going to move your head to where I want it because I'm in control, which is what this card says. I'm going to hold on to my anger. I'm going to hold on to my whatever because I'm in control of this situation. And the Moon is the culmination of that. Because you're holding on to your anger and you're controlling the situation or controlling the way you feel, now you're over here in the Moon energy, which is depression, sadness, worry, sleepless nights. We've got the song 45 by Shinedown playing. You know, group three, I feel like it's kind of toxic. Very toxic. Somebody needs to let go and let go of the control. Let go and let it flow, which again, with that level of control that it feels like is there, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the charms. So the same thing happened with Capricorn. I was trying to grab a handful of charms and I only got a couple. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Capricorn, but you know your situation better than I do. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the largest charm here, which is this cross. This is a charm that I put in my bucket that has this very special meaning because it was a gift that was given to me by an aunt who has since passed away. It was something that she actually, and I don't know why I feel the need to tell this story, but it was something that she actually gave with a car. It was like, it's like such a long story, but she was moving. She couldn't take her car with her. So she gave the car and this came with it. And what she said was that this was like protection while traveling. That's what it was meant for. That's what the gift was meant for. That's a special message coming through for Gemini, especially coming out directly over this third eye. It's talking about you're protected while you travel spiritually or psychically. It's saying to, don't be afraid to go into meditation. I know there are some Christian religions that believe that meditation and all things attached to it are the work of the devil. I don't know if that comes into play here or not, but if that's something that resonates for you, I feel like it's saying you don't need to fear that because you are protected. Your ancestors, your angels, your guides will protect you. Say a prayer before meditation, before you do any kind of spiritual work. It's always a good idea to cleanse, say a prayer, and protect yourself first. But this is saying you don't need to fear it. Whenever we have the letters come out, it says that there's a person, that's the initial of a person, place, or thing that's going to be important to whatever area the letter falls into. So to have the B land over the solar plexus chakra, it says that there is some action that you need to take regarding a person, place, or thing with the initial B. Over here where the O is, it says that there is probably either support coming from or either coming from a person, place, or thing with the initial O, or there is something with the initial O that is causing you to feel as if you are not supported or to make you feel insecure in some way. We have the song Skater Boy by Later Boy. Sorry, she's saying he was a skater boy. And then she was saying it right at that time when I was trying to read the name. It's Later Boy, and it's spelled L8, the number 8R. So Later Boy, B-O-I, L8R, B-O-I, if you want to look it up to get the lyrics, but it's by Ashniko. And that could be in regards to this over here where, remember what I was saying, like maybe something is making you feel insecure. It could be somebody with the initial O. So actually, let's go over here because we have the sun or divine masculine energy, and because we're talking about Later Boy, having the $100 bill in the upside down coming out over the sun or divine masculine energy says that there's some sort of loss attached to a masculine. Maybe you have to say goodbye to a masculine. Probably because they're making you insecure or they're doing something that is, really making you insecure or dragging you down in some way. Just take it however it resonates for your particular situation. and this initial. Also, it could be related to this initial over here as well, because you never know. Like maybe this is just one name and this is their last name. Like maybe that's the action that you need to take, is getting rid of this skater boy or something, right? So this particular rune here is the rune that has to do with like meditation and inner journeys. And remember what I was saying here about how you're protected while traveling, because that was what that particular cross was meant for. That's the reason that it was in that car when that car was gifted, right? So it's meant for protection, and it's saying that's what will bring you security, is to do that inner work. Also, it will help you to transmute all of those negative energies into something positive, and it will help you to hear the messages intuitively from your ancestors and angels. You know, better to hear it more clearly. We have the song Bulletproof by Godsmack. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification bell. Anything that you can to help me get my channel out there, as I'm new here, and I thank you for watching.